One TD has proposed legalising cannabis here, not only for medicinal reasons, but also recreational use. But do we want to turn ourselves into Amsterdam? Yep. And is Ireland ready for cannabis to be legal? Well, let's head down to Andrea now for more. Andrea.
Thanks, Elaine. Well, we're chatting to TD Luke Flanaghan. And Luke, I'm going to go straight to you to put in context the new legislation that you hope to enforce. What are the nuts and bolts? Explain to the people at home.
Well, the idea behind the legislation is to regulate the use of cannabis in the Republic of Ireland, because currently there are anything between 150 and 250,000 people who use the substance in Ireland. And what I want to do is take it away from the type of people who shot Veronica Guerin and put it into the legitimate taxed economy and spend those hundreds of millions, and I estimate it would be around €300 million minimum, on services that we currently can't afford, such as the bereavement grant or dole for people under the age of 26. And the legislation would mean that you would be able to grow yourself up to 6 plants if you got a licence after going through the district court. You would also have the option of purchasing it in a shop or in a cannabis social club, or if for medical use you could purchase it from your local pharmacy if that pharmacy had got a licence by going through the Irish Medicines Board and through the district court.
And I know equally as important, you have an aim to introduce Normal Ireland. Can you explain what that is, please?
Normal is an organisation that was set up in 1970 in the United States of America. It's an acronym for the term, the National Organisation for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And the purpose of launching that organisation last week was to, whenever something appears in the media or in the news in relation to cannabis, if we believe that it is incorrect or if it is disingenuous, we will come back with the facts. The other purpose of the organisation is to lobby TDs, to lobby social groups, organisations such as unions, etc., to change this law. And another purpose of it is, as well, is to actually raise money to raise awareness on this issue. And in the United States of America, they have been massively successful, because in Colorado and in Washington State, it has been legalised outright, and in 20 other states it has been legalised for medical use, and it looks like it's going to happen right across the United States of America, and also it seems like it's going to happen in other parts of the world. So it's time to regulate cannabis, is what I say.
Well, I'm going to bring in Dr. McGovern now. Doctor, you're actually on the board of Normal Ireland. You've dealt with addiction, you've seen how it can ruin lives, and you agree with this bill. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, I agree with this bill, because it's a very, very sensible approach to a war, really, that has failed. It hasn't just failed in Ireland. The war on cannabis, you could say the war on drugs, has failed miserably. But I see at close quarters what it means for people who use cannabis and have to buy that drug on the illicit market, and they're criminalised. And it can have far-reaching effects on people right throughout the country who use the drug.
And is there any evidence to show that it is a gateway drug, and by legalising it, making it more accessible, that it's going to allow young people to go onto harder drugs?
No, I don't think the gateway theory stands up to good peer-reviewed kind of research analysis. I think drug use and indeed addiction is a very, very complex issue, and to pinpoint it down to the taking of a less harmful drug, moving on to more harmful drugs like cocaine and heroin, it just doesn't really stack up. So I really don't think that's a reason to continue to criminalise this drug.
And in terms of the addiction, a lot of people say cannabis, just you lose your motivation, it stops you in life. Would you agree from your experience with people that have maybe addiction problems with cannabis?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to remember that if you look at the harms related to cannabis, it's probably it's without a shadow of a doubt well down in terms of within the pantheon of drug-related harms. I have seen patients who probably take more cannabis than what is good for them. I don't see a huge amount coming forward for treatment relative to the alcohol, the heroin, the cocaines, and now prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs. It's very, very much well down the list.
And Luke, just finally, there would be a huge financial yield to the Exchequer, but do you think that might have a knock-on effect then on the medical side? People might be going with lung problems, with addiction problems.
Well, pure unadulterated cannabis has been proven, and all you have to do is look up Donald Tashkin in the University of California in Los Angeles to check this out, that cannabis actually does not cause lung cancer in any way. But one thing that we do know is that under the current regime, people are actually spraying this cannabis with adulterants that does cause cancer and are actually making it far more dangerous. You mentioned the whole area of motivation. The National Advisory Committee on Drugs in this country did a survey, and they found that those people who are most likely to use cannabis are those people who are in a management position or those people who have gone through university.
Well, I have to say, it's going to be decided on the 5th and the 6th of November in the Dáil. Strong opinions here. Would love to hear what you think at home. So back to you, Elaine.